The volume's on.
Ah, got it. Okay. All right, my video is on. There we are. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I think we've got it all figured out today. It's not like we haven't done this before. So welcome, and this is gentle yoga. I hope you're all well and staying cool. It's going to be warm out there here in the groves. A few things I like to have. As always, I remind you, blocks or bolsters or even blankets, pillows are helpful for supporting you and depending on some of the poses. A strap is helpful, but you know, if you don't have a strap, you can use a resistance band. You can use a hand towel. So any of these items can be helpful for stretching. And say you can't reach your toes, those straps or towels can help you to reach and kind of deeper stretch, finding your edge. One other thing I like to have is blankets or pillows are useful too, just for cushioning of the knees. So if you have cushions or padding, like I sometimes use padding for my knees, that can also be helpful to the practitioner. And of course today, water, always hydrate. So remembering to get water every 15 or 20 minutes, just little sips of water, just to make sure that you're staying hydrated. All right. And if there's anything, I do have my earbuds in. If there are any issues, just let me know and I'll disconnect them. Sometimes they do give feedback. All right, so let's find ourselves comfortably seated. And if you're going to sit in easy pose, I usually recommend sitting on a block. So depending on how open your hip flexors are, sitting on a block helps to open them up even a little bit more. You're welcome to sit in lightning bolts, which is basically your legs underneath your knees, but this for so many people can be tough on the knees. So just depends on what you need. You're welcome to sit on a block in this pose too. Right. This pose helps to lift you up and find your sit bones firmly onto that block or onto the heels or the backs of your legs. And you'll find that you'll get a much more relaxing curve to the back, easier to lift up than if you're seated in easy pose. Again, just to adjust and modify as you need to, or come out of, like, say, this pose and come into easy pose, which is basically your legs crossed. You're welcome to come into half lotus, or if you are a practitioner of yoga for many years, you can do lotus, and lotus is completely available to you. You're also welcome to sit in stack pose, extending the legs in front of you. And again, staying up tall, but again, remembering that we're going to try and maintain good posture here. So finding that natural curve of your lower back as you do this. So again, welcome to sit in whichever pose you wish. Today I'm going to sit in Virasana. And then we're going to practice some pranayama techniques. We're going to work on Ujjayi breathing today. Ujjayi breathing helps to focus the mind, focus the breath, and notice even the work through the nasal passages down the throat, focusing on filling the lungs. So our lungs take up a large portion of our chest. Each lung carries, I believe, approximately 3 liters of air. What many scientists have found is that people are shallow breathers. And that means that we don't even use the full capacity of our lungs to breathe. We may use half the capacity. So the lower half of your lung may hold a lot of old stale air. So with these breathing techniques, we attempt to take the old air out, focusing on exhaling a little bit longer and working on taking out that lower section of air that we don't always get out. It's really good to try and do this daily, to focus on your breathing technique, to become more efficient breathers. This is also helpful for issues, diseases that affect the respiratory system, to try and exhale out any of that air, because it will contain bacteria, viruses. As we know now, many of us, and I think all of us have heard of COVID. COVID is, again, a respiratory disease. There are many others. So it's excellent to practice these techniques for more efficient breathing to help liberate and release some of these diseases, some of these viruses out of our lungs. So here we go, sitting comfortably, hopefully you're situated so we've gotten all the articles, props that you may need. And lift up tall, lift up through the heart, arms come out. Just notice how your ribs might be lifted up off the lungs. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, arms come down, the ribs start to press down. Keep exhaling. Let's count. 4, 8, 3, keep 2, and 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, keep exhaling. Arms forward. 4, 8, 3, and 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the hands to land on your lap, palms up or down. We're going to continue this counting style of breath. You're welcome to close your eyes, and if that isn't comfortable, gently gazing down at the floor. Focusing on the breath and even visualizing the lungs. Visualizing them as a graduation of air. Maybe having a red line as you inhale, bringing that line down, filling the lungs as you exhale, lifting that line, seeing if you can notice, trying to exhale as much air as possible out of the lung. So deep breath in, exhale everything out the mouth. One more time, inhale. Exhale, close your eyes or gently gaze down. Now only through the nose. Begin your inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Counting in your head. Focus on the movement of the body as you breathe. Feeling the lift of the chest, of the heart, of the head on the inhale. Feeling the drop of the shoulders, the chest, feel the belly pressing back on the exhale. the inhale, noticing the feel of the air through the nasal passage, passing by the throat, entering the lung. Exhale. Again, noticing the feel of the air, how different it may be. Continue. Counting in your head, maybe visualizing the filling of the lung and the emptying of the lung. Removing all of your thoughts. Directing the mind inward. Watching the lungs fill and empty. Directing your mind, focusing on the breath. Now bring the tip of the tongue to the palate. Still working on this breath. And then slide the tip of the tongue towards the back of the throat. Notice the change in the pattern of the air entering in, the constricting feeling of the throat. Sound of waves or breeze through the trees. This is our Ujjayi breathing. Nice deep breaths in and nice deep breaths out. Keeping the tongue there. See if you can attempt to use this breath throughout the entire practice. Helping to focus the mind. Coming back to it whenever you notice that you've forgotten to work on this Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, arms come out, reaching up, lifting up. Exhale, coming forward, extending. Walking your hands to the right. Walking hands back to center. On your exhale, walking hands to the left. sit bones where they originally were. Coming back to center. Walking your hands to your knees. Continue to focus on your breath. Arms come up. Reach up. If you're in easy pose, cross your legs in the opposite direction. So bring the other leg forward and the forward leg back. Breathe in. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm extends and reaches over the head. Again, not forward of the head, but right over it. You can almost bring your head around and look at the arm. Breathe. Inhale, lift, dropping. Left hand reaching over with the right again. Trying to keep shoulder blades back, adjusting as you need to, and breathe. Inhale, lift, reaching up. Exhale, come forward, extending the arms, bringing forehead down as far as comfortable. Walking to the right. Breathe. Walking back to center. And then to the left. Back to center. And then towards you. Lifting up the torso. We're going to extend our legs out if you're not already there. You remove your blocks if you're sitting on them, extending the legs. Breathe, extend, point, flex. You're welcome to relax a little. Bring your hands behind you, pointing fingertips towards your toes. And rotate all the way around. And reverse. And lifting back up, nice deep breaths in. You're welcome to place anything you need underneath the knees or even under the ankles. Some people have issues with the ankles. And so in order to support them, so you don't lock your knees or you support your ankles, lifting up tall, bring the chin to chest. Gently rotate to one shoulder on your inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. And inhale to the other side. Continue using your breath, exhaling to center. Inhaling to the opposite side. Inhale, chin. Back to shoulder on the next exhale, chin to chest. Lift up, reach up nice and tall. Breathe. Exhale, twist to the left. Bringing one hand forward, maybe grabbing onto the leg, and the other hand behind you, allowing the heart to twist more towards the left, utilizing your grip. Breathe. Lifting tall. Exhale back to center, arms come up and exhale towards the right. Lifting up again, using your hands to help grip gently. Find the edge in your twist. Breathe. Inhale, lift up tall, reach up. Exhale, gently come forward. You're welcome to use a strap here, but we won't stay very long, so just gently notice how the back of the legs are feeling, how the lower back feels. Breathe. Again, point the toes towards you to intensify the stretch. And relax. Lift up tall, bend the knees with windshield wiper. This is a good transition point. So about 15 or 20 minutes, you're welcome to get a little water here. Just a reminder if you do need it. Once you start feeling parched or thirsty, that means you've already become somewhat dehydrated. So it's best not to feel that way before you get water. So if you don't mind getting just a little bit of water, sitting up tall, I'll give you a few seconds here to get some water. Follow my own instructions as well. Bring your feet in together. You're welcome to sit on a block here, especially for those who have very tight hip flexors. This helps to just open up this area here. You can even see, I'll do this. And the knees, they actually drop a little bit lower, or at least they'll drop and the hips will be a little bit higher, and therefore there'll be a little bit more of a stretch. Breathe. You're welcome to place blankets or pillows underneath if you find it's too intense for you, and therefore support the knees to an area, to a height that is supportable. And lifting up. Exhale, come forward. Breathe. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Ujjayi breath if you've forgotten. Inhale, slowly lift up, reach up. Arms come up and into prayer. While hands are in prayer, press the knees down just a little bit further. Breathe. Feel the activity in the legs. And release. Shake it out. Extend. Coming off the block if you were on it. And we're going to come into tabletop. Wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Knees are right underneath the hips. Any issues with the wrist, you're welcome to come into a fist. This helps to relieve tension on the wrist. You're welcome to even use any sort of cushioning for the wrist. Allowing the wrist to be slightly higher, propped up higher than the fingers, so more weight falls on the knuckles. So utilize your props as you need them. Engaging your core belly towards the spine. Still a neutral spine though, nice and long. Finding that gentle curve of your lower back. And slowly we're going to lift the belly, spine rises high, pressing knuckles to the floor, and chin comes to chest for cat, coming into neutral. And then spine drops, heart lifts, shoulders are back. Breathe, come back to center, inhale, exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral, exhale, cow. Again, see if you can focus on Ujjayi breathing at your own pace. Continue about 3 cycles. Back to neutral. Deep breath in. And we're going to extend the right leg back, pressing it back. Keep the core strong. Breathe, lift up a little bit higher, and then bring it down. Adjust, make sure your position is correct for you. And then extend the left leg. Reach it all the way back. Nice straight line. Breathe. Keeping the core strong. Lift that left leg. And again, try not to lift the hip too high. Just the leg. Squeezing the glute. Bring it back. Extending right arm. Reach, reach, reach forward as if you're trying to shake someone's hand. Eyes are still looking down. Good spinal alignment. Bring the hand back down. Breathe. Left arm extends. Core is strong. Nice deep breaths. Again, as if you're shaking someone's hand. And exhale down. Opposite limb extensions here. We're going to extend the right arm and left leg. So keep the core strong. Extend right arm. And then the left leg. Press it back. Breathe. Holding here, finding your balance. Focus on the arm with strength. Left arm, right toes pressing down. And then bring it back in. Left arm, right leg. Extend as much as you can. Breathe. Holding it here. Again, feel the strength of the right arm extending, knuckles. Feel the pressure as well as some of the wrist and palm. Breathe and back down. We're going to add a challenge here if you wish. Again, this is your practice. Do what you need to do. And left arm, right leg, extend. Breathe. Now, the challenge is the left toes might lift. Feel how important they are for your balance. Breathe. Strong core helps to keep your balance. And rock it down. Right arm, left leg. Make sure you're positioned where you need to be. Right arm, left leg. And for the challenge, if you wish, lift up your right toes. Breathe. Back down. Widen your knees. Child's pose. Press the hips back if you need any sort of cushion behind the knees or a prop like a block underneath your hips. If the hips don't reach the heels, please use those props. Extend the arms, bring the thumbs up, relax the wrists. And the forehead should touch the mat. If not, again, use a prop to support it so it's not hanging in the air. Breathe. Inhale, slowly lift up. Deep breath in. And walk your hands forward, extending the body into a half plank. Try and bring nice alignment from the spine to the knees. Breathe, holding it here. Chaturanga, bending the elbows ever so slightly. And lift right back up. Breathe, child's pose. Widen the knees as you need. Inhale, back to your half plank. Nice long spine. Breathe. Chaturanga, elbows by the ribs, bent, and lift up. Child's pose. Just a breath here. Relax the wrist. And back to half plank. Breathe. Lifting up the right knee, extend it. Curl that right toe under. Back. Lift the left knee, curl the left toe under, stretch it out. And back. See if you can come into a full plank. Breathe, holding it here. Lift up the left foot, bring it around the right to the other side of the mat. Side plank. Breathe. Hold it here. You're welcome to bring the arm up or to the hip. Come back down, unwind that foot, knees down. Child's pose, relax the wrists. Nice deep breath in. Maybe focus on Ujjayi. Inhale, lift, find your half plank. Full plank. Lift the right foot, bring it around and cross over. And then come into your side plank. Again, the arm can be up, it's on the hip or along the back, binding it. Come back around, unwind your foot, half plank, and child's pose. Breathe. Inhale, lift, reach, and curl the toes under. We're going to come into a down dog and then to stand. If you need to come up any other way, please do. Breathe through it. As long as you can breathe, it is primary to any of these poses. Your breath work is more important. So curling the toes under, opening up wide the fingers, core is strong. Lift the tailbone, the knees, and find down dog. Extend through the knuckles of your hand, up through the shoulder, up to the highest point, which should be your tailbone. Bring the heart closer to the knees and walk the dog by bending one knee and straightening the other. Breathe. Extend both legs, bend both knees, and slowly walk one foot, then the other, all the way to the top of your mat. Shake it out. Side to side movement here. These are your first inversions, your down dog, and now your forward fold. Bending the knee. You're welcome to have a block nearby, so you're welcome to get that block if it's not nearby. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend the knees and bring the feet far apart. Maybe the width of your mat, but the narrow part of your mat. And we're going to try and come into a squat. If this is too much on your knees, sit on that block, sit on your bolster, and find yourself in a deep squat. Again, you're welcome to use blocks to sit on, and this might be yours. On your squat. Breathe. Find your hands in prayer. See if you can press out the knees, opening up even wider. And maybe with time, drop down to a different level. Adjust, breathe. It's a nice big inner thigh opener. Opens up the hips a lot. But again, there should be no pain. All right, so adjust, come out of this anytime you need to. Breathe. Hands back down on to the floor. Begin to extend the legs back to your forward fold. Bring the feet in closer. And then walk the hands up your legs. And then upwards salute. Lifting up tall. Exhale down. Ready for some balance poses. You're welcome to have a wall, a chair nearby. If you're in your bedroom or a room with furniture, you're welcome to use sturdy furniture that won't move to help keep you balanced. But walls are usually the best option. You just stand by a wall and make sure that you can reach for it if you're feeling out of balance. So we're coming into tree pose. So finding yourself standing, the feet are about hip width apart, and find Tadasana. Tadasana, your toes lift up and engage your arches. You'll feel your kneecaps pop up almost automatically with this movement. All right, now the toes can go back down, but keep the engagement of the leg, of the knees. Now bring the shins forward, just a micrometer forward, so that the knees aren't locked. Slide then, keep the engagement of the legs, quadriceps, glutes begin to engage. Your belly button presses in, it's engaging, shoulders are back. Breathe, arms are up. Lifting up, breathe, palms come together, and down to prayer. Hold it here. Now we're going to engage just the right foot into the floor. Keep it rooted, keep the leg rooted. Core is strong, left heel begins to lift off the floor. Maybe the whole foot can come off the floor, the knee lifts. Breathe. Exhale, maybe the foot comes out to the side. And then sliding maybe the toe on the floor to the ankle, onto the calf, or maybe up towards the upper leg, inner groin muscle. Again, into the upper thigh region. So wherever it is you feel comfortable today. And again, there's an equal pressure of your right thigh pressing in, or right leg pressing in towards that foot, so they both join and feel engagement. It's not that your left leg is pushing in towards the right. The right is also strong and has an equal force between the two. Breathe. Again, hold it wherever you need to. Maybe your tree might start to grow. Maybe not. Maybe you're at half prayer. Again, listen to your body. Keep breathing. Focus on something that's not moving in front of you to help balance. And come back. Knee comes forward and down. Shake out that right foot. It's some work for you right now. All right, deep breath in. Same thing on the left leg. Engaging that left leg. Finding your Tadasana. And then the right heel lifts. Try not to lock the left leg. Core is strong, glutes are strong, and lift. Maybe exhaling out to the side. And finding that foot, either toe on the floor, maybe up towards the ankle, maybe in towards the calf. And again, never on the knee. Never on the knee or above the knee. Again, there's equal force, the energy to strengthen your standing leg, equal to the force of the pressure of the foot into that leg. Breathe, maybe half prayer, you can lift one arm or maybe both arms can lift. Finding that focal point, not moving. Strong core, feel the strength in your leg, in your glutes. Breathe. Palms come together and down. Bring the knee in and shake it out. Good job. Next, we're going to do some wide-legged work, stretching the legs. We're going to find our Tadasana. Deep breath in, arms come up. And as the arms come down, widen your legs, maybe 3 to 5 feet. Depends on your proportions, and come into 5-point star. Your wrist press out, fingertips are up, shoulders are back. Again, try not to lock your knees. Inhale, lift. Bring the heels in and elbows down as the quads. Engage, glutes engage, and you bend the knees. Mind the knees, there should be no pain. Breathe. Shoulders are back. Wide fingers. 5-pointed star. Hands come to the hips. We're going to come and bring the heels back down. So your feet are parallel. And then press the tailbone up to the sky as the heart drops to the floor. Again, try not to lock the knees. You're welcome to have a block in front of you. And you're welcome to bring those hands to that block. Nice wide leg. Feel the stretch as the tailbone reaches up a little bit higher and your heart comes forward and down. Make sure that your hands can plant completely on the prop or the floor. Right? Your torso should not be too close to the floor. I'm going to try and keep the torso fairly parallel to the floor. So here's a side view. All right, so try not to bring it down. Try and keep it up. All right, nice long spine. And breathe here. We're going to place the right hand onto the block and the left hand to the hip. And then we're going to begin to twist. Now, the important thing is to try and keep the legs in the same position, the hip in the same position. The twist is in the torso. So begin to twist the heart over. If it helps, bring that left hand to the hip and try and keep the left hip down as you twist. Breathe. We're working legs here. We're gently twisting. And come back to center. Bring the left hand, placing it firmly onto the floor or your prop. Right hand can come to the hip. Now we're going to bring the heart over to the right. Again, try and keep that right hip from lifting and bending the left knee. So gently find that twist at the waist. Breathe. Back to center. Bend the knees ever so slightly. Arms come out. Feel the strength in the legs as you lift up and out. Breathe. Now what we're going to do is your legs are still apart, slightly bent. We're going to pivot the toes all the way over to the right. And Try and widen the stance so that you're not train tracked, but your legs are further apart, about hip width apart. And keep the hips facing towards the right. Extend the legs, breathe. We're gonna do another twist here. We're gonna bring the arms up. And then your right arm will go towards the right hip. Left arm reaches up and lift up. A little bit of a balance work here. Keep the legs strong. Again, try not to lock them, slight bend. And reach up. Breathe. Come forward with your left arm. Right hand might come back or just stay on the hip as you twist. Bring those feet are staying still, but try and feel them pressing towards each other. Like they're scissoring in. Feel the strength of the legs as you do this. Come back to center. Unwind. Just a counter pose coming towards now the left side. Breathe. Back to center. Now we're going to gently bring the toes forward. Wide leg. And then pivot now to the left. Again, keep that stance so that your hips are comfortable. All right, and your feet don't have to be too far apart, so adjust. 3 feet is about fine for most people. And lift up tall. Feel the strength of the legs. All right, not slipping. Use the legs if you do feel a slip of the feet and try and keep them in towards each other. Arms come up, reach up. Right hand now, or left hand now comes to the left hip. Reach up with the right. Breathe. And slowly, we're going to bring the left arm up. And then we're going to exhale, twisting towards the left now. Again, trying, maybe keeping that left hand onto the hip and trying to keep the hips in alignment as you twist at the weights. Breathe. Feel the strength in the legs, feel the balance going on here. Again, you're welcome to do this by a wall. Bring that left hand back, right arm forward. Back counter pose. Breathe. Lift up, realign. Now we're going to bring both feet together, lifting that right leg forward and next to the left. Bring the arms by the side. Shake it out. We're going to come right back down, but we're going to do it in a forward fold and then into our forward fold first and then down to down dog. So lift up and exhale, forward fold. If you need to come onto the mat your own way, please do. Breathe. Open to use blocks to help support you. Feel the weight completely on your foot, back and the front, equally positioned. Breathe. Your knees don't have to be straight. Remember, never lock them. And gently bend the knees, pressing your hands to the floor. You're welcome to walk back. Or if you're a practitioner, you're welcome to, of the many years, when you have the strength to pop both feet back. Otherwise, just walk back. Find your plank, knees down immediately. Wide knees and then child's pose. This may be a good transition for water, by the way. So if anyone needs water, get some, please. Inhale, come forward and onto your back. Focus on your breath here. Have a block and a strap nearby, or your tie on towels, whatever it is that you might have. And we're going to bring the heels close to the hips. Palms are down by the side. You're going to slowly begin to engage the belly button towards the floor. Feel the tailbone rise. Feel the heels press into the mat. Feel the legs engage. Feeling this engagement, begin to lift the pelvis off the floor. Feel the shoulders start to accept more weight, more pressure. The back of the neck, there should be no pain as you lift into bridge. Exhale slowly, one vertebra at a time, down. One more time. You're gonna lift the belly first, feel that arch, tailbone down. Now bring the belly down, flatten the back, tailbone up. Press the heels to the floor as you lift the tailbone. Reaching up, knees are going straight forward. They're not splaying out or in. So make sure those knees are right over the ankles, pressing in, holding here for a breath or two. And exhale all the way down. Breathe. Bring the knees in, squeeze them in gently side to side. Press your feet down towards the floor again. Palms down. Shoulders are back. You're going to lift up the right leg and cross over the left. Breathe. Bring the hands in between. So right hand comes in between the two legs, left hand around the left thigh. Now grab onto the right hand, holding onto that left thigh, and bring it up. Bring the left foot up, finding yourself in the position of the square here. Figure four. This one's called figure four, excuse me. Figure four. And you're stretching out your right hip. Breathe, open and move side to side and find a deeper stretch if you need to. The more you bring in that left thigh, the deeper the stretch will be. Focus on your breath. Exhale down. Drop that right leg down, extending it maybe once. And then left leg comes in, squeeze and crosses over the right. Again, grabbing your right thigh, lifting up the right foot, finding yourself in figure four here. Breathe. Moving, being dynamic. Finding that stretch for you. Breathe. Breathe. And drop it down. Feet together, knees come out. Found angle in a reclined position. Take a few breaths here. Notice the opening of the hips, of the inner thigh. You're open to the universe, completely secure where you're at. Inhale, put the knees in, squeeze them in towards the thigh. Squeeze them in towards the abdomen. Maybe grabbing onto both legs and squeeze them a little bit tighter, squeezing into the organs, pressing it in, and then releasing. Release the organs, blood rushing back in, fresh towards all these organs. Bend the knees, lifting up the leg, lower leg, and gently twist here. Arms can come out, or you're welcome to just assist them down towards the right. You're welcome to place props, one maybe underneath the leg or between the legs. You're welcome to adjust the hip for this position for a deeper stretch. Again, both shoulder blades are on the floor. Add a little extra twist in the spine. You're welcome to bring the head over towards the left shoulder. Engaging your core, keeping it strong. Maybe assisting the legs up or not. You have the strength of the core, lifting up. Adjusting the hips, ready towards the left side. Breathe. Again, a little extra twist to the spine. Adding the cervical spine by bringing the chin over to the right shoulder. Deep breath in, engage the core, and then maybe assisting with your hand or not, and lift up. Breathe, extend your legs, extend the body. Exhale, arms come down by the hips, maybe a few inches away from the hips. The feet are about hip width apart. Allow them to completely relax. Coming into your Shavasana. You're welcome to get a little bit of water, get comfortable here to get into your Shavasana. Focus on your breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. But of course, if you wish to stay in Shavasana for a few minutes longer, by all means, just lay there. Bending your knees and moving side to side. And then rolling over onto one side. And when you're ready, coming into a comfortable seated position. Inhale, arms come up, reach up. And exhale down into prayer. I thank you for coming today and practicing with me. Taking a time for yourself. Understanding that this 1 hour is for you to stretch, to understand, to accept where you are. The light in me sees and arms of light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. There is chair yoga in about 15 minutes if you wish to stay on. Otherwise, take a break, get some water, please hydrate. All right, thank you again to Primeplus and to all the members who support us in all we do and our well-being. Continue to find peace. All right, see you in a few. Thank you.